Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome back to Hades 2 1.0. I am here today to answer one very simple question. What is the strongest build, weapon, aspect, whatever, in Hades 2? And luckily, there is a very straightforward answer for you if that's what you're looking for. Aspect of Medea is by far the strongest aspect in the game, and we will go over why it is so and how to use it. And if you're a frequenter of my channel already, you've probably seen me talk about this aspect in and out every day, here, left, and right. But if you're new to the game and new to the channel, then this might be actually informative for you, so stick around. So first, let's discuss why it's so strong a little bit here. So namely, that plus 90% attack and special damage that it lists there, that's massive. That is just so much free damage compared to most of the other aspects. That is a free Apollo or possibly even Aphrodite boon on both your attack and special. And you can still put boons on those slots too on your attack and special, but you also keep that 90%. It's just insane, really. So let's talk about why it's so good and then how you kind of use it. So you launch an attack into Mel herself by tapping the attack button. They then explode on their own after some time, or if you hit an enemy with your special, after doing so, the attack will explode for you there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but hopefully that makes sense. I do have the controller up on the screen to make it easier. So my go-to has always been to tell people that you need to roll your thumb from your attack to your special so you use it sort of instantly, one after the other. Attack special, attack special, attack special. And then I kind of just waggle my joystick so that I'm going back and forth between the same enemy over and over and over again. And the special launches Mel forward, as you can see here. It almost looks like a dash, right? So it works. Now, this is a somewhat dangerous aspect where you're kind of launching yourself in the throes of combat. But luckily, the AoE on the attack is pretty large, and it will keep non-armored and non-boss enemies staggered. And for bosses and stuff like that, you just kind of hope you're going to have enough damage, and you probably will. The other reason why this is so strong is, well, the meta right now dictates that we want to put Zeus on our special. And the reason why we want that is we want to apply Blitz with the special, and then we want to trigger the Blitz with the attack right after that happens. So when you do your attack into special on the enemy, like so, the special hits first, will apply Blitz, then your attack will explode, and then that will hopefully trigger the Blitz. That is the general idea. Now, there's a lot of different things that can happen throughout the run that will kind of change some courses, but this is still the bread and butter of it by far. So don't get bogged down in loading a certain amount of attacks, basically, and then doing a big special once you've loaded 3 or 4 different shells into Mel there. Just one at a time. Don't worry about it. Don't think too hard about it, and you'll naturally pick up the shells as you go, and it kind of works out. You can see we only have 1 or 2 shells on us at a time if you just keep doing this. So it kind of works out naturally if you don't bother to think about it. Next, we'll go over quickly at the Arcana. There's nothing really special about this setup. We kind of like the Huntress, and then maybe we can use a little bit of magic at the start of each room so that we can activate it. Otherwise, it's a fairly average setup, and we're looking for some very specific builds as we get going. Of course, we got Zeus's Keepsake on, since, like I said, we really want that Blitz on the special. It's going to be very, very strong. And we're going to do a demonstration run. We'll talk about it as we go here. So I got a kind of a normal amount of fear on. We'll head to the underworld. Let's see how we do. We do got Rocky on just for the extra crit chance. So if you just want damage, Rocky is definitely the go-to. If you're using a lot of magic, you might want Hecuba otherwise, though. So let's get going here. What's up, Zeus? Now, I might have some dialogue on my save file here still, but I'll just redo the run afterwards. Now, the rarity is important, but the main thing is that you just want the special. So we're just going to take it honestly, not to worry about it. And not worry about it too much. But if you were able to palm or rarefy that, you really want to prioritize it. The other things that we could possibly look for, there's actually a few kind of archetypes we could go for here. Let's see. I'm not really positive which one's 100% the best here. But we already have a rather interesting choice here. Forgive me while I pause so that we can discuss it. So there's one incredibly strong hammer that is way, way, way better than the rest, and that is called Possessed Array. It makes your attack trigger an Omega attack whenever you pick up your shell. It does cost magic for it to happen, but it's so insanely strong that it's worth building entirely around. You just don't know if you're going to get it or not, though. One of the other build archetypes, or a couple of them, actually involve Hera, so I think what we're going to do is actually take Hera and just hope/assume that that hammer is going to come back. Forgive me if my cat is making noises with the microphone. He's nuzzling it right now. We're going to take Hera because she has a couple avenues in here that could help us, basically. Now, you could take Born Gain for a couple of reasons here. Number one, if we do get Possessed Array, which requires magic use, it will kind of solve that for us. Number two, you can actually go for what they call King's Ransom, what is called King's Ransom, which is the duo boon between Zeus and Hera, which will sacrifice all of your Hera boons.
Vested in me.
And then level up your Zeus boons by 4 each. For each Hera boon that you purge. Oh god, those words did not come out right. We're still going to palm this as we go along. We'll take the random palm here to see what we can get out of it. Shall we? We got Artemis here. You can tell because the timer was paused in the right when we first walked in. You can't just drop the cast in the middle of doing any of this. You don't really have to stop and wait for anything. It just kind of happens in the middle of the other animations, which feels pretty nice, right? Nice. It hit the special again. Don't worry, I'm going to read this again later. We'll be fine. I'll try not to spoil too many things for you here. Let's see. Killing Stroke. Your special may deal critical damage, but you prime 40 magic. There's a possibility. We do have 10 rerolls as we do. So it's not really the special that you want to crit. You'd want the attack to crit, if anything. So there is Vital Signs. I was thinking of rolling here, but you can probably just take a Vital Signs. So we can take more Hera and build up even more.
Good to see you.
Kind of fodder for King's Ransom there. And we'll go for that. Like, you can see, I only have one special boon, but it's doing insanely well for us here. Oh, my cat hit spacebar. Okay, Grampy. I know you're a good boy. Yes, you are. But you made me take a boon, honey. I mean, I'm okay with the attack, but I didn't even have time to process it here. I'm actually going to pull up Zeus just so I'm not going to mess up King's Ransom a little bit, because the prereqs are a little interesting, right? Yeah, you need Hera's Engagement Ring, Born Gain, or Nexus Rush. Okay, that's fine by me. So Hitch is a very powerful effect for this too. Scorch would work really well as well. That would be really strong, I think. So I kind of named 2 archetypes. You got King's Ransom, you got Possessed Array, and of course you can have both, technically. Right? So it's kind of good that we have Hera to set us up for both of those. To see what happens, basically, right? Let's go to the mid shop here and see what we get. The third one requires Ares, but unfortunately we're kind of already slightly too late since we have taken an attack and a special boon. So the third one would be going for Heinous Affront, which is the duo boon between Zeus and Ares. It requires you to have some vengeance boons. You really want Light Smite with that. It's incredibly strong, but it's a bit more work to get going, to say the least. Unfortunately, we didn't get the best thing, but Boosted Ignition is good. You shouldn't really need Fetching Array or Bolstered Array for this. They're kind of quality of life upgrades, if you can even call them that, but they're not actually power upgrades. So we're definitely going to take Boosted here. I'm probably just going to palm the special again here, honestly. So we're going to skip Ares because we kind of can't do it at this rate. Since we can't get his attack or special, we can't get into Grievous Blow, which is another good boon, because you need to be able to apply boons. Actually, maybe we could have taken his, like, cast or dash there, honestly, and maybe we would get Apollo later on. Apollo could give us Light Smite, which is one of the vengeance boons, right? I don't even know if we really want Hermes that much for this build. There's a couple things, but not much. We really want more Zeus before we get King's Ransom to appear. Hermes. So there's not like a ton you want from him right now. We'll take Success Rate, yeah. I mean, if we get Double Strike, that works there too, right? So that sounds pretty good to me. Success Rate will increase those odds. Right now, it got to appear because we already have Vital Signs. Free hit and I guess a magic. Sure, why not? Bonk. Just in case we get Possessed Array later on here. We're going to go to the shop just for the increased odds of getting more boons here, namely Zeus. We did not, though. I probably don't buy a plain old palm anymore. It's just not really worth the cash. So what you could do is you could just take Demeter's cast. You could take Weed Killer, which might seem kind of weird since we aren't using the Omega attack yet, but again, kind of skating around that Possessed Array potential sounds pretty good. I guess it's just kind of nice to fill in the rest of the gods right about now. Also, in case we do purge all of our Hera boons with King's Ransom, Demeter might be useful for keeping origination up after the fact, you know what I mean? Okay. Apparently I missed it. You can see how quick that just goes there. I think, I was wondering why my mega attack wasn't working. I think it's because I had like auto fire toggled on or something. I can never really tell when it's on or off. So I kind of don't want something like Glamour Gain with this. I know it's like free origination and stuff. But the truth is, if I spend magic, I want to keep it spent so that I keep the Huntress on for maximum damage, you know? And she goes. And she goes.
Return to shadow now. I prevailed.
Looks pretty good for me now. Okay, so we want more Zeus, but we've used up his keepsake. Before we hit King's Ransom, you'd really, really like to get at least double strike, which could increase the odds of getting double lightning bolts from the Blitz. It does affect Blitz, by the way, in case you're not certain. Rarefying anything here. I mean, we have a few commons that would be pretty good. Weed Killer would be pretty bad. Born Gain would be unnecessary. But if it hit success rate or Vital Signs would be pretty radical. I do agree. I don't know if I would really recommend doing it, but yet here I am doing it, you know? Success rate, let's go, 60%. Rarity, hopefully the next god we get is Zeus again. We don't have enough cash to really make that happen, I think, here.
Farewell, Erebus.
So we're kind of building up for King's Ransom or Possessor Ray, or both maybe in some weird ways. If you purge something like Born Gain with King's Ransom, you can get it back after the fact, so you could have both, right? In hindsight, maybe I should have taken the Ares, but oh well. But oh well. Yeah, I guess we'll accept more Hera in the meantime. We're building it up out here. And then we're gonna really want to make sure that the mini-boss is Zeus. We can use our rolls, because I have not used a single one here yet. So we got plenty of those coming for us here. What do you got here? It would have been nice to kind of fill a slot. What can you do, though, I guess? I guess we'll take Hereditary Bane. We'll go to the shop. I wish we didn't get them both at the same time. Oh, my. So what we can do here... is we can fill in our last god. Kind of hoping for Stabbing Rush to fill that in. That's fourth. Unfortunately... Well, I don't want to spoil too much for you here in case you haven't seen everything. I'm going to skip that for now. I know, I'm sorry. This isn't really meant to be like a fun run. It's meant to be more of an informative run. Okay. So now we really want double strike here. If it doesn't happen, we could settle for Storm Ring, which is just a really, really strong cast boon overall. So King's Ransom is here, but you don't want it yet. Look at that double strike, 32%, partially because of success rate. We want double strike to get hit by King's Ransom. We're going to go for that first. We're going to be patient. It would be great to get Storm Ring as well before we hit it up, but that's not going to happen. Wow, more Hera is insane. Don't punish me for being greedy here, game. Please. Please. I don't think we're going to be so greedy as to hold out for Storm Ring, but double strike in the special is definitely good enough. Wow, Bridal Glow could be quite silly. Oh, it hit a Hera boon. That's too bad, huh? We shouldn't need the health. We're going to go this way. Oh. Oh. Nobody wants to come here. This was so cool the first, like, 2 times I did it. And now I'm just like, ugh.
But you did not miss much.
I like how it says seek a way out. And the way out is to, like, stand in this arbitrary circle. Whoa! I don't know why it annoys me so much. I think maybe it comes down to my in-depth hatred of auto-scrollers. And the fact that in a rather speedy run, this feels 10 times longer than any other chamber. Okay, let me out.
You knew how to resist my little step.
So we have a lot of Hera boons. Oh my god.
Interesting.
Oh my god. All together. Wow. I haven't seen her legendary in so long. It should count. And 1 infusion boon each. That's insane. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't think there's any downside to taking it, so because King's Ransom should still purge it, and we get a bunch of infusion boons, right? Oh my god, it's so insane. Wispy Wiles, Rallying Cry, Frosty Veneer. Slow Cooker is a good one in particular. Rallying Cry is not on. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of fire for Slow Cooker. Wispy Wiles shouldn't matter. Frosty Veneer is on. Shouldn't really matter, though. Rallying Cry does actually help stuff like Blitz, so that would be fantastic to get on. So let's save the rest of our cash now at this point, right? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool for the run, I gotta admit. I hope I made clear exactly what we're doing in terms of, like, the combat. Again, I'm just attacking into special. You can watch the controller there to kind of get a more in-depth look at it, I suppose. Attack special, attack special, attack special. Very rapidly, like, attack special, attack special, attack special. Okay. So now we roll the mini-boss in Morning Fields to hopefully get Zeus. You can roll mini-bosses, and once you've already had the boons of 4 different gods, it'll only show you the gods that you have. So basically, we're borderline guaranteed seeing Zeus. It gets a little funky, I'll admit. A little funky. After this, we might go big and just see if the hammer helps us. There is one kind of bad hammer, which is Wide Grin. You don't really want Wide Grin with this. It's kind of wasted, essentially. It's unnecessary. It's like a side grade at best, is how I would describe it. Ugh. Oh, come on!
Could wash away my boons.
It's fine. It's fine. It's no big deal. We'll get an anvil. You know what I mean? We'll get an anvil. It won't really matter too much here, but again, you'd like to actually spread out the attack applications a little bit, kind of. Is how I would describe it. So another thing with this aspect is that you can use the special almost as another dash to kind of get around places faster. Like in a zone like this, right? Now I have to kind of pick up my attacks between every single one. I rolled the dice and I lost, so maybe this is a lesson to potentially not do that. Tall order? The thing is, I think I might want to take the rock just to make sure we get Rallying Cry active as soon as possible. I don't really want Winner's Circle here, probably. I'm not certain I want my cast to actually expire faster. There you go, Wide Grin. Wide Grin has some like cool applications, namely in aspect of Mel and stuff, but not so much here. Okay, so we need Zeus here, please. Oh, nice, natty Zeus. Okay, so I would really like to just get King's Ransom now. We might get kind of screwed on the rolls, though, right? Bonk.
Remember that.
There it is. Okay, I don't think we fool around. Again, it's kind of tempting to get Stormring first, but I don't think so. We have so many Haraboons. Now, I'm not going to have Origination because I'm losing out on the attack, which is kind of bad. But we're going to have the craziest double strike and special you've ever seen, potentially, here.
My boon lost
A bunch of stuff got purged, including some... Holy crap. 100% double strike, baby. I'm screenshotting that one. With a 390 damage blitz special. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hi, Echo. Hi.
Okay, so now... Another hammer. It could work, actually. Oh, wait. Pom, pom, pom? Oh, my God.
Thank you, Echo.
Oh, my God. I almost didn't think about it. Okay, we need Origination, so we're going to take... Demeter. Wow. I wasn't even planning on this to happen, to say the least. To have this much, this wasn't meant to be like a crazy high palm build or anything like that. Actually, I left my skulls on the ground there. I almost want this hammer to run out at this rate. I'll take her attack, I'll take her cast. I guess the... Let's see, for the cast, Stormring would still be better because of double strike mostly. Okay, let's just take the attack then, which is no big deal. Now, what you'll probably notice on the damage meters at the end is that the attack is still going to be incredibly high, possibly even higher than the blitz damage, but we'll have to see. And that partially is because like some enemies just die from the attack before the blitz even gets to proc, right? Keep it coming, baby. So it might not even offer us to palm double strike anymore since it's hit 100%. If I'm not mistaken. So you don't even have to trigger the damage from blitz. It used to be that you had to trigger it before it expired, otherwise you wouldn't get the damage. But nowadays, it just triggers on its own by the end of the timer, but you could trigger it faster. More Ares for more rock? Okay.
In the name of Hades.
Sword ring. I don't really want sword ring. I'll take mutual destruction. I want to save that cast slot for something more impactful. Hera or Zeus, basically. It's not looking like I'm going to need a max magic or possess array at this point.
What is it you think you're guarding?
Nero. And he's already down. Ow. Wide grin kind of makes it hard to get rid of these little enemies efficiently, if that makes sense, too. Since you have to keep getting your attacks back constantly. Come on, hit him.
Looks like
Whew.
we've enough for now.
You don't have to go that crazy with King's Ransom here. I would say just a couple Hera boons purged is still incredibly worthwhile. It's very, very worth it. The palm scaling used to be even better on the Zeus special. On Blitz, I should say, in general. Way back in the day. It did get bonked, and even now it's healthy is how I would describe it. It's very healthy.
Good.
So just do it. So now, what are we looking for here? Well, I can't actually get rid of Wide Grin. There's like Athena. We're not going to be doing White Antler because I want to make sure I finish the run for y'all. Athena's kind of just like nice and safe. Whaler was the last enemy I died to. I don't even know what a whaler is. So none of this stuff really matters. Black and Fleece isn't on, and we're not really using Omegas either. So it seems like our only choice really is Athena for some kind of boost here, right? A sacrificial hymn. No, thank you. Shouldn't be necessary. You can sell King's Ransom for the money. I think technically you could get it to appear again also. They might have fixed that, though. But there's no downside to selling King's Ransom after the fact.
One last drop.
Not that I can think of. It's free money, baby.
Reaches.
Okay. Onward, upward.
Just a few
Let's
changes
go.
to the house.
The satyrs and their ilk yet remain dedicated
Bonk,
to the
bonk.
Titan's
Come on, use the attack. I've had some people say that like the attack doesn't really like work when they're trying to load it in when playing this way. I think you can't really just hit the attack and special at the same time. You really actually have to do the slide technique. If you try to do it at the same time, she might just like stand there or something like that and load the attack instead, unfortunately.
They've been weaving.
A prophecy.
No.
They are weavers.
Yeah. Don't worry. We'll talk about this later, hon. I could roll this for something, but Mental Block is a decent damage increase. Slow Cooker goes up. I'm up to 6 rock. Daddy. Maybe I should have thought about the rock. Alright, I end up just taking Unseen Ire from Hades there, but it's kind of not a big deal. Could have done, like, maybe Gygaro's Stash or something like that. Unseen Ire just seemed like potential for more damage, but not necessarily also.
Almost
It's
finished.
fine, basically. I was hoping for... Oh, we got Nemesis in here. I kind of forget that she can appear here nowadays.
Watch this. Come on then.
I mean, she might kind of give me a hard time just because of Wide Grin here. Oh. I was hoping that maybe with this I'd have a better appreciation for Wide Grin with Medea, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I think it's only solidified it. Maybe if you're a patient gamer, you know, it will work out better for you, but
How did I lose
So
this
close
guy?
now.
I'm leaving. She can't take doors from you here, too. Even in this zone. I mean, there was only one door there, so she couldn't there, but you got more than one. Okay. There is an extra door here, so Ares could give us rock. So I guess I'm going to prioritize just getting that done, just so we can bump up Rallying Cry,
Let's begin.
which boosts our Olympian damage, as they call it. Please hit it.
We'll have to
We need
do
one
this
more
again.
after this. Come on. Come on. It doesn't actually matter what I take. Again, I'm kind of holding on a sword ring. Sure, whatever. Grizzly Gain. Trying to wait on it. What we might do here, since I don't need the money, clearly, from this doodad down here.
Now.
Ah, here we go. So you can get trials here. It's big money, big palm, trials. Let's do Demeter first here, actually. What are the other options exactly? Hex. We could offer you a Hex, and I think that's pretty much it if you're not being offered the mini-boss, to be precise. So there's a limited pool here. So in other words, you can kind of increase the odds of seeing a trial in this zone. There is sort of like this cooldown on trials. You can't get them to appear too often. But once you're here, I think it's like pretty safe to say it's been a while since you had one, since you can't get one in Morning Fields anyway. But you probably couldn't get more than one in this zone. All right, is it time for Storm Ring finally? Well, it's the best one here. I don't think Static Shock is really worth it either. Wait a minute, did I pay attention to the Demeter choice for Rock? No, I forgot.
You should
Can we
have
hit level
stayed in
50?
shadow.
We might be able to. Oh, unless I get hit. Okay, we're going to go this way then. Okay. Good night. Boom. Okay, so I was going to say let's force the special. Hell yeah, level 52. Worth it. Worth it. Because we had plenty of rolls, right? So we could just make that happen, basically. Just to be clear, the special here, when you're using this weapon, it doesn't actually act like a dash. I think it might have like a tiny bit of what we call iframes, which makes you very, very, very briefly invincible, but not as much as a regular dash does. So it's not really like a safe maneuver in that way. Okay, rock. Ooh, we got the anvil too. Come on. No, not boosted ignition. Oh, that's bolstered array is kind of funny when you think about it. With wide grin though. Rock. Don't forget. The rock. Fine line, because proper upbringing. What does proper upbringing help? It helps a few things, but not much. Here. I'm just gonna take the rock. Don't fool around. Maybe I should have taken Demeter first. Does Demeter have rock? She does have rock. Hailstorm is a good boon. Me take, especially with what do we call it here?
See you shortly.
Double strike at 100%, right?
Wow.
If you got questions about the build or the aspect or anything, if you got contenders, I mean, there's some other really strong aspects out there, but I don't think anything truly holds a candle to this aspect. It's the best at speedrunning, it's the best at high fear, it's the best at just having a fun run and clearing, too, you know? It is the epitome of a free win, I think we can say. At a minimum. The Rallying Cry should increase that damage by 50% on the Blitz. I saw a hit for 3k on it. And we didn't even get the #1 hammer, being Possessed Array. We went for it and we skipped it. If you get him down to half before that triggers, you just skip it. And he's dead.
The slow once more.
There you go.
Sorry there, old boy.
I almost want to time that Chronos fight altogether, you know?
You won.
I wonder in the last phase how long it even took, honestly. Maybe I'll take a look. There we go. The attack was still on the top, despite the blitz damage. Yeah, I'm actually even like slightly surprised myself. But again, if the enemies are dying from the attack because your attack is high enough, then the blitz kind of gets overshadowed, right? Because the blitz never actually gets the trigger. So I think we just did we killed a lot of little enemies with the attack, but I bet the blitz carried on the bosses, you know what I'm saying? There you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got questions, make sure you let me know. I'm here to inform. That's what I'm trying to do. Do not take wide grin. Don't let the people convince you. Some people are out there saying it's crazy good, and I'm telling you it's crazy bad. Well, maybe not the worst, but it's just not worth having, I'm afraid. Look at that juicy success rate. Was there anything else interesting here? Oh, we had we did have Hera's Legendary, but it's gone now. It didn't really do a whole lot, but it was funny at a minimum, I think I could say. All right, there's my screenshot of the build there. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, you know what's going on, and I shall see you in another video.